find a comfortable place and start to relax your body, feeling all your muscles go soft and floppy, and your eyelids start to feel heavy and close. Your breathing slows down now, slower and deeper. And with each breath, breathing all the way into your belly and slowly all the way out, you are transported to the magical land of Elvaria. You find yourself standing at the very edge of Elvaria, right in front of the great big blue door that leads here from the human world. You are standing on the very tallest hill, and from here you can see all of Elvaria. You can see mountains over to your left, and in front of them a vast forest. Where those mountains meet the forest is the green grassy guinea pig hill. And inside the forest there are often witches and fairies. One of the witches there is called Luna, and it's her job to charge the crystals, laying them out in a clearing of the forest under the full moon every month. At the edge of the forest you can see buildings, the witch school and the wizard academy. And towards the middle of Elvaria is the Elvaria Fun Park that's always different. Sometimes it's a pool, other times it might be a kangaroo park or a butterfly house or a craft market. And over to your right you can see the great big old mansion where Princess Sapphire lives and where she hosts the parties for everyone in Elvaria. And back behind that is the human village and Elvaria village, where you can do all your shopping, go into a magical bookshop, an art gallery where all the paintings float, or go into a chocolate shop where you can sometimes even make your own chocolate, with magic of course, in a great big cauldron. And then far off in the distance in front of you is the endless ocean, where you could find mermaids and pirate ships and all sorts of adventures. As you look around Elvaria today, you wonder which would be the nicest place to visit. What sort of adventures are happening in Elvaria today? As you look closely, you can see there's a lot of movement in Elvaria today, a lot of hustle and bustle. It's a bright sunny day, it's lovely and warm, and in the distance you think you can hear the jingling of bells and maybe even some singing. You'd like to get a closer look and find out what's happening. And as soon as you have this thought, a beautiful carriage flies up in front of you, led by 2 flying unicorns. They smile hello, and you know that this is your very special taxi to take you around Elvaria today. You go over to the carriage and admire how beautiful it is. It's your very favourite colours. And as you climb in through the side door, you notice that the seats have cushions that are your favourite colours too. You make yourself comfortable, and as soon as you are ready, the unicorns start to fly and the carriage is in the air, and you start soaring over the trees, the buildings below. And as you fly, you can see the people and the creatures of Elvaria seem to all be heading towards the fun park. It's in the centre of Elvaria, and this is where most of the special events of Elvaria happen. Something must be happening there today. So the unicorn carriage leads you there, and it starts to descend down through the sky, down, down, to land right beside the fun park. As you climb out of the carriage and thank the unicorns for the ride, you can hear the jingling of bells is even louder here, and the singing too. As you look around, you can see that everyone is dressed festively in bright red and deep purple velvety robes, or dresses with great big bows, and many of the people are wearing soft pointed hats with pom-poms on top. And as they walk, they hum or sing or whistle the same tune as everybody else. And as you watch them and start to follow the crowd into the fun park, you realize this sounds like a Christmassy song. It must be Christmas here in Elvaria. But it's so hot. It's very, very warm. And some of the people are even wearing t-shirts and shorts. As you enter the fun park, you notice a group of witches nearby, and a couple of wizards too. All children witches and wizards. They're smiling and laughing and chatting happily to one another. One of them looks up and notices you and gives a wave, and the other witches and wizards all look up too. They smile and beckon you over to them. The witch who waved is named Samantha. You may have met her before if you've ever been to the witch school. She is very friendly, and she welcomes you into this little group of witches and wizards and invites you to join in all the excited chatter. She tells you that it's getting very close to Christmas, so today is a Christmassy celebration. You ask why it's so warm, and she tells you with a laugh that it's a summer Christmas. The human world is funny because lots of books and movies show Christmas as cold and snowy, but half the world has a summery Christmas. Here in Elvaria, they like to do both. This year, they're having a summer Christmas. They might make it snow for Christmas if they like. They can do whatever they like with the weather because most people here are magic or learning to be magic. And it can take a bit of magic to pull off some great feat such as that. But there's always enough people to help out that they can make it happen. So today, everyone is meeting for a great summer feast. They all get together and sing and chat and laugh. And Samantha shows you over to a table by the entrance, where there are all sorts of bells that you can choose to use today. It's fun to shake bells along to the music. There are bells on bracelets, bells on rings, bells on headbands shaped like antlers, bells on the ends of pointed hats, bells that you hold, bells that you pull a string. You make your choice and find the perfect bells for you to use today. And then Samantha and her friends lead you over to where everyone is gathering. And suddenly, everyone starts to shake their bells loudly. The singing, humming and whistling stops, and there's just this loud clattering, jingling noise. You look about, and everyone is looking around at one another expectantly, around this great long table, longer and larger than you have ever seen in your life. Samantha is watching your face with a great big grin, waiting to see your reaction to what happens next. As the jingling reaches a great crescendo and suddenly stops. And in that moment of silence, all in one instant, a great feast of every food you can imagine appears on the table in front of you, and everyone cheers a loud hurrah and claps their hands. And it's time to dig in, to enjoy the feast, to eat whatever food you would like to eat. The juiciest, ripest strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, all kinds of fruit that you have ever seen. Adorable, tiny cupcakes that are perfectly fairy-sized. And you watch as fairies flutter about the table, grabbing the things they want to eat. And dragons too, trying not to bump into one another and holding their breath so they don't accidentally light anything on fire or burn any of the food. And there are witches and elves, adults and children, and quite a few talking animals, guinea pigs and badgers and rabbits, all gathered around this table, or flying above this table, or hopping along on the table, enjoying this great big feast together, feeling joyful and happy and abundant. There is more than enough for everybody to have their fill. And this puts everyone in a wonderful mood. As you eat delicious treats and lovely foods, you chat with Samantha and the wizards and any of the magical creatures nearby. Take a few minutes to enjoy yourself here, eating and talking and laughing. As the eating and feasting slows down, while everyone's stomachs fill up, the people and creatures start to move away from the great big table, gathering in small groups of friends. And you and your witch and wizard friends sit down nearby on a lovely mossy patch of grass in the beautiful warm sunshine. And suddenly a tinkling of bells starts up. Not a loud clattering like before, just a slow build-up of jingling. And slowly everyone starts to notice. Conversations stop and the noise dies down, and people look around to see where the bells are coming from. And then you hear a shout, and people start pointing up at the sky and gasping in delight. You see above you the flying unicorns pulling a sleigh. It's the biggest and longest sleigh you have ever seen, and inside that sleigh are dozens and dozens of witches, wizards, fairies, all sorts of magical creatures. And the sleigh stops to hover above the fun park, and you watch as witches and wizards and fairies take wands out of their pockets and reach their hands out to the sky. And golden sparkling light starts to swirl all around the sleigh, gathering in big golden clouds and spreading out across the sky, across the entire fun park. And then, all at once, that golden light changes form, and suddenly it is white, gentle falling snow. It's snowing on this beautiful, summery, wintry Christmas day in Elvaria. The snow is falling down to reach all the people of the ground. And you and your friends leap up and start dancing in the snow. Everybody is joyful and celebrating, with arms outstretched or tongues reaching out to catch snow. And as the snow gathers on the ground, people start to play. They make snowballs and throw them around. They lie down and make snow angels. They sculpt snow into animal shapes, or snow people, or build igloos and snow forts, and everyone is so joyous. It's so fun to have fun, it's so fun to play, and it's fun to be around lovely, happy people. As the great long table covers with snow, it slowly stretches and expands to make the perfect size as the unicorns float down with the sleigh behind and land perfectly on top of the table. So all the witches and wizards and fairies and magical creatures of the sleigh climb down to the ground, and they start to play with everyone else. And everyone is having a jolly time. Take some time now to play in the snow with Samantha and your other friends that you have made here today in Elvaria. And when you hear my voice again, it will be time to say goodnight and goodbye to all your friends. So enjoy this time for a few minutes now. What wonderful fun you've had today, experiencing a summer Christmas where you feast on fruits and a wintry Christmas where you play in the snow. Both Christmases are beautiful and can be lots of fun in their very own way, and it is so special that you got to experience both of them today here in Elvaria. You say goodbye to all your friends and give them hugs if you want to. And they remind you that you are welcome here in Elvaria any time you would like to return. When you're ready to go back home, all you do is close your eyes and take a deep breath in and slowly all the way out. And you find yourself back at home, in your very own bed, ready to drift off and have magical Christmassy dreams filled with fun and joy. So relax now with a smile on your face and gently drift off to sleep. Good night.